Yo, Señor Gigio. I'm out here with OG Mike and with Korea. And, you know, we're like rebels of funk, the Renegades of Funk. So we got kicked out, and that's how you know it's officially a rap video. You know, we're getting kicked out. That's pretty rebellious, huh, Mike?
Hell yeah.
All right, y'all, stay tuned.
Señor Gigio, yeah, it's 1 a.m. somewhere, you know what time it is, right? It's showtime, baby, ain't nothing about me is overnight.
My name is OG Mike, originally from Oakland, California.
We're here today, and you're throwing down for my music video, Showtime.
That's right, yes sir.
We're here in Berkeley on Telegraph. You were telling me a little bit about, you know, how much has changed over the years too.
Oh, definitely. You know, I remember coming up here as a kid, and then, you know, I mean, through the years I've been up and down this place. It's almost like a second home. I haven't been here though in quite a while, so all the street vendors are gone. It's a whole different vibe. I mean, I can visually see just across the street where we used to go have a cut up. I think it was Friday nights back in like the late 70s, right across the street from Leopold. So yeah, it's really changed a lot, quite a bit.
OG Mike, how long have you been dancing?
Since '72.
So were you a kid in 1972?
Yes,
like elementary school, high school?
No, it was junior high at McChesney Junior High School in Oakland, which is now Edna Brewer. We were at an assembly, and I remember someone broke into the sound booth and started playing some music, and then all of a sudden, all these cats from the bleachers, they got out and they just started dancing. And a lot of us that were still in the bleachers, we're looking at them like, what the hell is going on? But so that day I went home, and I just remembered all the moves they were doing. I started trying to do the moves. But I think the person that really got me into it was a friend of mine named David. He actually did dance, and I never knew it. And so it was like maybe 4 months later, I show up at his house, and he's in his room just cutting up. So, and then I told him, hey Dave, man, teach me that stuff. And he didn't believe I really wanted to learn. So, but yeah, and then he just started teaching me, and you know, one thing led to another, and I just kept doing it.
I mean, I first started seeing you, I've probably seen you so many times, honestly, but I think when I started piecing it together, you know, it's kind of like you have to see something a few times and it repeats, and then you finally get it. You're like, oh, wait a minute, you know, I get it. But me and my wife, we used to set up and at Oakland First Fridays, and we'd be set up over there on Telegraph, and we'd have our booth set up, and you'd be across the street, kind of over where the Korean market is.
Oh, you know, I remember you guys there.
Yeah.
That was a while ago. Yeah.
Well, you know, I used to just watch from afar, and just like I would be totally tripped out. I'd be like, whoa, like I couldn't believe my eyes. One, I just love, like, you know, the live dancing and like the turf like dancing that's like unique to Oakland. But I would just trip out on you, man, because I could just feel the story. You know, I just knew it was just so unique, and I would be like, wow, like, you know. One thing I kind of heard in an interview that you had shared before was, you know, when you talked about the origin of this dance, when you talk about like the Boogaloo style, and it's really interesting that, you know, you're kind of saying that this type of style, you know, it probably goes back even before the 60s.
Well, I mean, if you consider the term Boogaloo by itself, you had in the old southern churches, organists would be playing, and then all of a sudden he'd get the Boogaloo. It's almost like a spiritual thing, right? So he would just go crazy. And so that mentality, that kind of spirituality, I think that whole culture came out from the South on the trains into this area, because there's a lot of opportunity, job opportunity. The earliest time I saw it was maybe mid-60s, where I would see cats boogalooing, but I wasn't sure what it was. I would say then I started seeing some stuff down in the Oakland parks where you had whole Boogaloo groups, like maybe around 71, 72, they would get down, people like the Resurgence and the Messengers. And it was an eye-opener. That culture, I think the actual dance started maybe around 65, but it came from that idea of something, something spiritual, just letting go.
Yeah. It's really intriguing and like fascinating to me to imagine, but I could see it, I could see it in my mind too, but to see the dance styles now, like, paired up with the modern music with, like especially how you do it with the hyphy music, with different hip hop music, but then also there's like you definitely worked it into like kind of like the 80s music and the house music and all of those different kinds of genres. But it's so interesting to imagine it being like danced in the old days, like in the South, in the origins of the church, with, like you said, like the live organ and just maybe in the back real country.
Yeah.
So really cool. Thank you for keeping the music alive, and you bring a lot of inspiration to people.
I have one shout out. I just want to thank all the turfers out there. If it wasn't for the turfers, I wouldn't still be dancing. So it's because of them I just kept going. So I have a lot of respect for every one of them, and I just want to thank them.
But I ain't pushing down on the culture. I'm running freedom back, man, I'm a soldier. And my weapon is a mic, I'm a dog with words I write. One life might can change your whole life. Seen a whole lot, but I still need to see some more.
Hey, my name's Korea, aka Black Fairydust, your favorite alien fairy.
Yeah, break down. There's a lot of things that the alien and a fairy can do. Am I right?
We're multi-dimensional out here.
You have to fall in love with music to dance,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
What are your like earliest like memories where you just knew that you're a performer?
My earliest memory, I was going to a show. I was actually taking martial arts through Destiny Arts Center. So I wasn't dancing at all, I was taking martial arts. And the program had invited us to the teen performance dance showcase for their company, and I went to that show, and I was just so inspired to see people using their body and using poetry and expressing themselves in a way that I've never seen before. And after that show, I told my parents, like, I want to dance. I didn't know like how to do it or like what it was, but I was just like, I want to do that, like what they're doing on stage, just being creative and expressing myself. And so from then on out, I started dancing in 3rd grade. I went into West African and then went through Destiny Arts program to do hip hop, and I've been dancing ever since. And I wouldn't be who I am today without dancing, without art. That's the one thing that keeps me going in life and motivates me and inspires me to be a better person and to create a better world.
It's been pretty cool to see because like you have this, like, it's really your life, like dancing, music, the art and the expression through it. I mean, part of like the dancing is to be able to express yourself, so like to express yourself through movement. You end up having like this really exuberant personality that comes out like through clothing and through just all of it, I mean, it's just you wear it, it just becomes your essence, and it's been like it's become your real life.
Definitely. I was super shy growing up. Like, I was that mute kid. I never talked. Like, people would wave at me. I would cry and hide behind my mom. So dancing and art has definitely gotten me out of my shell. Like love. I love that quote. Love makes your soul come out from its hiding place. So art has done that for me, and I've been able to just learn who I am and who I want to be, and just own who I am and build confidence and self-esteem, and through that also inspire others to do the same.
And you have a real life doing this. Like, this is like, you have a career. You've been able to make a life for yourself and like establish yourself, and then continue to. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely. And I have no one but the community to thank for that. They believed in me first, and then it was just me believing in everything else from then on out. So I really just thank my community, the Oakland community, the dance scene, the music scene, just art scene in general, Berkeley scene, San Francisco, all Bay Area, just believing in me, because I wouldn't be able to believe in myself had you all not seen me and believed in me first.
Do you ever trip out on the fact that you're really making it happen, which has been said to be kind of impossible, to be able to be like, oh, you're gonna be a dancer, you're gonna be an artist, like how do you,
Yeah.
you know?
My whole life I was told like, oh, are you still doing your little dancing, or you know, when you're gonna get a real job, or what are you gonna do, how are you gonna make money off of that or make a living off of that. So I've just always been stubborn naturally. Even though I was always shy and quiet, I just always been stubborn. And so I went and I got my bachelor's in dance from USF, University of San Francisco, and it seems like after I got that degree, then everybody couldn't say anything to me anymore. So, you know, it did surprise me at first, but it also just opened my eyes to the realization that you really can be who you want in this life, and you can make and create your world entirely. It's not impossible, and it's not as hard as you think. It seems scary at first, but if you just keep going and believing in it, believing in that dream, believing who you are, then the earth will have nothing but to present itself, right, in that way.
Señor Gigio, yeah, it's 1 a.m. somewhere. You know what time it is, right? It's showtime, baby.
Get some pictures of the two of you together. We get one like this. Yo, what's up with it, y'all? Señor Gigio. So I just want to do a recap real quick. This is a recap of what just went down. Went and shot the music video for my upcoming single, Showtime, produced by 1 a.m., which is off my upcoming EP, entirely produced and composed by 1 a.m., called Man of the Hour. So I want to just break down what it was. I got OG Mike. I got OG Mike and Korea, aka Black Fairydust, together to put it down. They're both talented dancers. OG Mike is a legend. And Korea, she's a standout artist, dancer, individual. And you know, one thing I really liked about bringing the three of us together is that you know, we all rep the Bay. We're all Bay Area fixtures in our own right. And you know, we rep the hip hop culture as well. And you know, but also we're just also eclectic and weird in a good way. So, you know, I've worked with OG Mike before. This is my second time working with OG Mike. The first time was on my music video, Swimming in the Bay. And that was a dream come true. That was like a real bucket list goal, you know. I always wanted to work with OG Mike, and to get to meet him also, like, he's hella cool. Super cool dude, hella humble, hella chill, hella down to earth, and yeah, inspiring man for sure. Somebody who I think a lot of us can learn from, especially really anybody, but especially us artists and people here in the Bay too. I think that he's somebody to keep an eye on and look at, you know, peep how he moves, literally, right? Super dope dancer. And then my homegirl Korea, aka Black Fairydust. This is actually, I've worked with her a few times before too. Actually, this is my third time working with her. And she's just hella cool. She's hella cool. She's super down for the cause. She's really high vibe. She's super positive and super original, unique, and just, you know, she brings so much to the table with her dance. And I mean, she's so cool, man. And then on top of that, she's just like a art experience herself. She's like a walking art exhibit. So I like a lot of the things that she kind of puts out there and represents, you know, with her with her aesthetic, you know, her aura. You know, she represents that, the alien vibes, the ET vibes, and then the fairy vibes. And, you know, I'm down with all of that. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't peeped how I do things, and, you know, I'm down with all those things too. So it was dope to link them up and bring them together. You know, it's one of those things for me where it's like everybody who I work with and who I've had a chance to work with throughout my life as an artist and as an MC, like I have admiration for everybody, and I look up to everybody too, you know, like these are the people who inspire me and make me want to be the best artist that I can be. And they make me want to set my game up, and you know, it pushes me. So everybody gets star treatment from me, and equally. And I've had a chance to work with, you know, lesser known artists and also artists who are well known too. And yeah, you know, like that's something that like I'm just continuing more and more, you know, to like really appreciate that, and just let it be what it is. Like that's what it is. Like I do dope shit and I collab with dope people, and you know, we're all stars in our own right. And I always try to give flowers and make the most of the collaboration and the time that we get to link up with each other, because I want the other artists to know like how special they are to me. And yeah, you know, so it was super dope to bring OG Mike and Korea together. It was their first time meeting each other. Obviously they got along, you know, they hit it off, and it was fun. We just got right into it. Also, I kind of like so behind all of this too, so I'm shooting the video, I'm editing the video too. Like this is kind of like, you know, by the time after you guys see this is going to be the recap behind the scenes type of video or whatever. Yeah, basically, you know, there's other parts of it that go into it too. So you got the song, you got Showtime, you got the whole concept with that, and you know, Showtime, it's just a song that just setting it off. It's really funky. It's really calling in like my real like funky like Bay Area like roots, really, you know, and throwing it back. But then also it's super duper hip hop at the same time though. Like it's really grounded in like the hip hop elements and messages, you know. So, and it's just all about like showing up. It's showtime. Like don't miss out on the opportunity to, when it's your time to rock, go rock and bring it, and remember what it means to you, and you know, do it for that higher purpose. So that's one part of it, right? Then the other part of it is that working with them, it's like things that I've always meant to do. So I'm also an illustrative artist, right? So as you can see, like, well, we'll get a little bit more into it, but I've always, sometimes I get illustrative ideas with my art, different like things that I mean to illustrate, you know, make pieces of, and then the opportunities come. And then I'm able to then it makes sense, you know. Like OG Mike is somebody actually who I've meant to draw, who I've wanted to draw, and who I wanted to kind of like make a piece, you know, on him for a while now. And it's just this just ended up being like perfect impetus to do this. You know, it's been about a few weeks, maybe about a month or so since I've had this day planned out. So I've had some time to kind of like get myself together and prepare for it a bit. And part of the preparation was to just to honor OG Mike, and I made him a really cool piece, and I was able to gift it to him you know, framed it and everything. And, you know, he was stoked. It was dope to see the look on his face. The other funny part is that I got this shirt, you know, so I made the shirt. If you peep Señor Gigio, you will see, that like a lot of times when you peep the music videos or anything, anytime you see me out, I'm rocking my own like gear, my own swag, my own art, you know, it's all me. So, we can get more into that, but, you know, that's just a natural part of what I do. And, the way that I kind of like pieced, you know, have this piece together, it fit perfectly for like this shirt design too, as well. So it's like, psh, there you go. So I put in the order to get the shirt, and, actually I wasn't sure if I was going to have it on deck today. And literally I had already had a whole other outfit, picked out, you know, and I was dressed and everything. And I left the house and I pieced out. And then on my way to making moves to get to Berkeley, my wife calls me up and she's like, the shirt is here. So I had to drive back and rock the shirt and change outfits real quick. But that was pretty fun too, to surprise Mike, because I wore it. I wore it, and I didn't say anything to him. I just wanted to see like when he would catch on, but he didn't. It took a minute. I had to point it out to him. Maybe like after like, a good 15 minutes hanging out with him. I gifted him the frame piece, and he was bugging out on that. And then while he was looking at it, I was like, yeah, but like, look at my shirt though. Look at the shirt. And he was like, yeah, I see the shirt. And he thought I was talking about the shirt that he's wearing. He's like, yeah, I see the shirt. I was like, no, like, look at my shirt. And then he looked and he was like, oh, man. So that was super dope. And then also I made a really cool framed, I made an original art piece for my homegirl Korea as well. And that was a lot of fun to illustrate too, because she's a character. So both these figures are both characters. Korea's a character, OG Mike is a character. And it was fun to draw Korea's character too, and to give her props and her flowers too as well. And that piece is called Being a Healer is Dope. And you'll see the piece. A lot of the things that are like featured in it are things that she's kind of like, that she puts out there, and things that are part of her, her personal like genre and style. So that was pretty fun, to be able to like, bless them up, the element of surprise them with some art. And anyways, we had fun. We rolled with it. We made do. Telegraph, Berkeley, that's where I'm comfortable doing things, I guess. It just ends up being like a spot. So yeah, on that note, stay tuned. It's coming. Showtime, the music video. It's gonna be fire, y'all. It's gonna be fire. All right. So one love, peace.
It's showtime, baby. Ain't nothing about me is overnight. Missed me coming up, but that was your oversight.